All right, what's good? What's good? Welcome back to another video. This one is a little different. Today, I wanted to do our first, we're gonna call them fresh thoughts. A little bit different from the fresh perspectives. Those are my more long form, after I finish a game or, a little deep dive. These fresh thoughts are meant to be just a space to clear the mind for a minute talk. Video is probably gonna be a little shorter. We'll see. Is the 20th of May. Crazy enough, bro, no snack today. No snack. We just drinking water, staying hydrated. It's hot outside. You feel me? Lately I've been thinking about my pops a lot. Unfortunately, he passed away I think about 4 years ago. He was my best friend, my mentor, my pastor, my everything. Like my pops was, that's near and dear to my heart, bro. I miss my best friend. Especially for the last few weeks, it's been real heavy on my heart. And strangely enough, it's been bringing me back to playing a game, and that game is Madden. So funny enough, I really don't even play Madden anymore. And I also did not grow up as like a huge football kid. I didn't really play football growing up. Neither did my dad. My pops was mainly a basketball guy. He played some travel ball, played some AAU growing up. So, watching basketball, talking basketball, him sitting me down and teaching me about basketball from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. That was our thing, bro. Like that is how we used to bond. That is how we used to chill. That's just what we did. But once I got to like middle school and high school, I definitely remember everybody around me was obsessed with Madden. I had friends that played football, and my friends were telling me about like Ultimate Team, and naturally I got pulled into it. And basically, shoot, if I remember correctly, it was either like Madden 12 or Madden 13. I can't remember, but it's one of those two Madden Ultimate Teams, bro, where I started like it started the obsession. It started the crackhead obsession with opening packs when I could and building these super teams and learning about all these names and about the sport that I really had little to no exposure to. And it even also sparked a lot of conversation between me and my pops, because my pops, he wasn't a big football guy, but he, of course, he loved sports and watched football, but times was a little bit different back then. So it was him teaching me again about football in the 70s, 80s, and 90s and what he knew, but also like I was teaching him things and reminding him of different sports figures and different things that were happening. So yeah, overall, just like Madden started this huge obsession with Ultimate Team football. And still till this day, is probably why I love the sport even more, and also feel a lot of great conversation between me and my pops growing up. But there is one memory that I really wanted to share with y'all, because it's one that I will never forget, bro. I believe the year, I want to say it was when Madden 25 came out. Not the Madden 25 that came out this year or last year. I don't even know, bro. I have no tabs on Madden anymore. I just know their naming conventions were weird. It was Madden 25 because I think it was like a 25th anniversary or something like that. And I think it's the release from like 2014, if I'm not mistaken. Golden Ticket Cam Newton was dropping. For those of you who have never played Ultimate Team, never played Madden, basically, Golden Tickets are the rarest cards in the game. And the whole concept of it is like when you open packs, I know you guys have probably seen games where you open packs and stuff like that. But they would put in these golden tickets, and hold on, let me get a sip. The golden tickets could get pulled by the players, and that would allow you to pick a player in the NFL or a historic player, any player that they had licensing rights to, and you could create your own version player. So you could have like, let's say you really love Brandon LaFell. If you know that name, you could make a 99 overall Brandon LaFell, and everybody's trying to pull him, and like your created players in the game. The odds of you pulling one to make a character are pretty low, and I don't know if the odds are the same, but these golden tickets were in packs, and I remember coming home from school one day, it was Superman Cam Newton, baby, and I am a huge Cam Newton fan. I don't agree, I'm always a person, you gotta separate the person from the art or whatever. I don't know his personal life. I don't know him like that. Me and him are not cool on the phone talking every night. I don't know Cam Newton like that. But as a football player, dude was goated. And like so much, like, bro, I own a I paid real dollars, like $100 something. I have a Cam Newton Patriots jersey. For any sports fans that know what that means, that is some dedication, in my opinion. Like, you gotta really like a player to rep to rep that specific jersey during that time because it was not pretty, bro. Was not pretty. I was like 13 and I remember seeing it and I was like, bro, like I need this. I need this golden ticket Cam Newton. This is the only thing I've ever wanted in my life. Like I don't need food. I don't need sleep. I don't need nothing, bro. I need the Superman Cam. That's what I need, bro. So the way that it was, I think it still is like this. It's just everything's more digital. On the 360, I needed Microsoft points to buy the packs, you know. And so like me and my family, we don't come from a lot of money or anything like that. So getting packs was like a rare treat, bro. And you know, of course, I was like I was a teenager, so the only way I could do is or get packs. I had to ask my parents, you know. I had to ask my pops. I was not asking my mom. My mom did not support the hobby. She was not down with gang. She is gang, but she wasn't with the gaming gang. You know, she was not cool with it. But I basically, when I saw the cam, I was like, bro, I gotta be on my lawyer stuff right now, bro. I gotta build my case. Like, I have to prove to my father that this is one of these times only come around once in a lifetime, and we need to invest in this moment. So, you know, I started getting together some of like the homework I'd finished and the tests I was getting that I got some good grades on. Did my chores around the house, you know, and I was prepping my argument for my pops. You feel me? I don't know if it was like a day after, you know, I present my case to my pops, you know, hey man, like, you know, I love you, pops. And you know, I love Cam Newton and he's in the game, bro. And you know, I've been good. I've been a good child. I've been a good son. That should be, you know. My pops looked at me, bro, and he sat there for a second, like pondering on it, and he goes, all right, look, there was a little convenience store that was like down the road, like a gas station. And he was like, look, man, I'm gonna get you a point guard, all right? But he said, don't tell your mama. You do not tell your mom. And the funny thing is now, like now that I'm 27, you know, I'm an adult, have a mortgage, you know, I pay bills. I have no idea what our financial situation was during that time. I'm assuming that it was like okay because my mom's good with money, but I'm also assuming that it's not okay because he made this statement. Like he was very like it wasn't one of those like haha like don't tell your mom. He was like, bro, like do not tell your mom I got you this. Like I don't know. Again, you know, he's not here anymore for me to ask him, but I would love to ask him like why he told me that. So now step one has been achieved. Pops is on the same page as your boy. We're on the right track. Secondly, now the point cards, like now, they're in different values, bro. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it was like for $20, you could get the 1600 point card or whatever, and that would get you like maybe one bundle on Madden. I don't know, bro. Someone can go in and look at the stats. I can't remember. There was also a $50 version. That $50 version gave you like 4,000 points, and that you could get a couple bundles. Therefore, you know, upping your odds of actually getting, you know, the cards that you were trying to pull. And that's basically how the whole gacha game is, and how, I don't know, anyone who plays Mutt right now or has heard of Mutt, yeah, it's pretty much a giant gacha game. It is what it is. My pops comes back home and he looks at me and he goes, hey, he's like, let's lock in and get this Cam Newton. And he pulls out the bag, bro. Not one, but two. Two 4,000 point cards. And I geeked so hard. I was so geeked in that moment. Like I was sweating. I was so excited. But also there was this feeling of like nervousness. Cause like I said, bro, it's not guaranteed. You're dealing with odds here. So now I'm like, bro, like I have to pull this Cam Newton. Heavenly Father, I need you because dad's gonna be pissed if we don't get this because he just wasted $100 and probably pissed my mom off, you know, whatever. But yeah, man, so my pop said, let's lock in. So, you know, we put in the card code, we get the points. And, you know, my pops, you know, he sat there with me and we opened up the packs together. So we're sitting there pulling the packs or whatever. And I remember I'm like looking back every couple of minutes from the screen like, oh, yeah, that's not Cam, bro. That's not Cam. And you know, points are not infinite, bro. And as he always does, the Heavenly Father blessed us. And I actually pulled the golden ticket Cam Newton. And bro, me and my pops went crazy. We started jumping around, hooting and hollering, bro. Talking about a virtual video card game. Like, it's not even real. Like, I literally couldn't even access it if I tried to right now. I have no idea what Xbox account that's on, or I don't even have it anymore. It's just funny, like, how hype my pops got for me and like for us when we pulled the golden ticket Cam Newton. But honestly, now looking back, the best part wasn't pulling the Superman cam or getting the points card. It was just my pops being there with me, man. He didn't care about Madden. My dad didn't play video games like that. He wasn't a huge football head or anything. He just enjoyed seeing me happy, bro. It's little moments like this that are like forever burned into my memory. And some of the ones that I think on a day to day, like over the years since he has passed. And it's interesting to me how games can sometimes be more than just games. You know, they can become memory capsules and basically like time machines. You know, pieces of people. I remember growing up, you know, people were always talking about gaming being for nerds or whatever. But you know, I think it's closer to, you know, like music or anything else like that, bro. Like it's an expression of something that you can connect to. You know, it can be that, you know, like you hear an old menu theme, like you hear that GameCube or PS2 boot logo, you know, that boot song, you already know. When you see that Xbox 360 login where you had your little creator character or whatever, or you know, little things like that, you can suddenly just be like instantly transported to a time and a place that you haven't been in years. In my case with Madden, it's this weird thing where I get to spend time with my best friend who's not here anymore, and I think that's why like nostalgia hits harder and harder as you get older, and you know, you start to realize it's not always just attachment to the game. Like, yeah, it's probably part of that. Like, you enjoy it, it's fun to play. You know, you get to go back to an older form of yourself or a time period that you just haven't really gotten to experience in a while. One closing reflection on all of this. Was I basically, you know, me and my me and my homies talk about this all the time because we used to play Madden together. Was I basically gambling as a preteen? Absolutely. Yes, 100%. Yes, I was 1000% gambling. And did my pops, who was an active gambler before you judge, bro. He's a hood dude from Lafayette, Louisiana. You know, you can't control what you grow up in. That's, you know, gambling was just his thing. He didn't gamble away the house mortgage or nothing like that. He just liked to gamble, he liked to compete. In the words of Michael Jordan on The Last Dance, you know, I don't have a gambling problem. I have a competition problem. So, you know, that's my defense in that. But did basically my pops, who was an avid gambler, enable me to gamble at a young age and then start an obsession with a game that had basically a gambling fundamental thing in it that made almost all of its revenue in it? Some people would say yes, but that's not the point of this video. So yeah, man, I just wanted to share this memory with y'all because I think a lot of us, or I think some people could at least relate to kind of what I'm talking about here. Those memories and times like this, you know, talks like this, I think matter way more than we realize, especially as, you know, time goes on. If you have your family, you know, your loved ones in your life, your friends, all that good stuff, your homies that you queue up with, your rank duo, man, you know, go make those memories, bro. Chill with your homies, have a good time. Remember those, even if it's something small. In the comment section, bro, like, do y'all have any games that remind you of somebody or bring you back to a specific time? Any games tied to specific memories or anything like that? Even if it's not games, bro, maybe it's like music or whatever it may be. I genuinely love to read those. I appreciate y'all kicking with me. Leave your thoughts in the comments, like I said, to continue the good conversation. Be safe out there. God bless. Peace.